So the picture, any video I'll share, the video that I just watched, if you look closely, you see two people. One of the person you see is Professor Educhum, who happened to be the former Minister of Education under the Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration. Also, you see Asin Central MP Kennedy Agyapong. Now, apparently, reports are back and says these two people, please block them. Kennedy Agyapong and Educhum, please, any military block you from accessing Council of States rerun election venue. That is what is really coming now. And the videos in the manema about two screens because in some abe a trendy year pa social media ma for be abisa question say what is really going on and even how come say the first ever time in Japan so after this whole election defeat will be this time? What are they going to get there? Did they have permission? Now we are learning so the reason why they were blocked was because Omuni accreditation. Now what is even more shocking is that any National Democratic Congress in Kwam and blow alarm about this particular issue. Even the New Patriotic Party, the reason is because Kennedy Agyapong only did chuma omuko pio honamafo bibre aircast. Okay, this whole thing seems like a running mate and also a potential candidate thing, because if you could see clearly in between the shots, one of the things you do realize is that Ebra omuko pio hono Kennedy Agyapong was walking alone with Educhum namafo bibre aircast or a potential running mate. And the also chair said no, King Japan so ebitimi and King Japan or a potential flag bearer. So in him say Council of State elections na we don't really know what they were going to do there. But as I'm speaking to you right now, you have more details and even a video in Chibiabebo Amawati very soon. A particular video of what really transpired because you block your mono. One of the things you did see, and one of the things if video about shown Ube say Ken really did not take this gidi or to the say a soldier force of my enkumwa young gidi bia yanko prayer they be yanko yes yanko share this particular video. When we come back, we go into the reason why King Japan Educhum they were blocked by military and police from that particular venue. Okay, so what you just watched was MP for Asin Central, former MP for Asin Central, Kennedy Agyapong. Now let's get into the details and see. As you can see, a preview of the whole thing at Ghana web. Also, please block Kennedy Agyapong, Educhum, and others from accessing Council of State rerun venue. So why were they blocked? Now we don't want to make things up because this is definitely a fresh report at Airbus. So let's really get into the details and see what is really happening here. Osha has also the former member of parliament for Asin Central, Kennedy Agyapong, has been denied or was denied entry to the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council, the venue where the rerun for the Council of State elections for the Ashanti region was being held. The police who enforce strict rules and guidelines justify their actions by stating that the former lawmaker did not have the necessary accreditation to enter the premises where the voting exercise was taking place. So now, number is a King Japan. He didn't have the necessary accreditation. We don't know, say, the reason why this happened was because he is not a current MP and that's only a BMU. And for Professor Educhum, we don't know because Professor Educhum, no. Also, only a BM because of a former Bantima MP. So we don't know exactly what is really going on. The police who enforce strict rules and guidelines justify their actions by stating the former lawmaker did not have the necessary accreditation to enter the premises where the voting exercise was taking place. The premises, which were heavily guarded by police, saw the attendance of several prominent political figures from the New Patriotic Party earlier on Monday, February 17, 2025. Among them were Education Minister, former Education Minister Dr. Yao Osei Edichum, former Bantima MP Henry Kwabena Kukufu, and quite also MP Kingsley Nyako. However, all of them were turned away after being denied entry. So basically, and Agyapong and it just a decline. We are learning that all of these people, even quite as MP and former other people, are also a former Bantima MP together Yao Osei Edichum, they were denied entry. And following the recent scuffle, any boy, course, so our venue now, Tokwane, yes, no, it is strict guidelines and also security measures because who knows if you're more kind acquire MPs, so let's not even escalate or put things and do things that will escalate this kind of situations in the first place. Also to say, the police maintained that only accredited individuals, particularly assembly members eligible to vote, were allowed to access the voting hall. Although the reason for the presence of these prominent figures remains unclear, it is believed they were there in solidarity with some of the candidates vying for positions in the Council of State elections. The heavily security presence and strict measures were implemented to ensure a smooth voting process following the violence and chaotic scenes that marred the first round of polling. So basically, we are learning that the reasons why these former MPs and MPP politicians was because they want to show solidarity with certain people and certain certain assembly members and candidates are more standing for various elections at the Council of State. And even moreover, they also the police is saying, say, onye assemblyman and as a local assemblyman, are we eligible to vote? Understand that you will not be allowed inside. So they are just doing this to make sure, say, one more move voting, those are the people, the only people who will be allowed to go and vote. One more, voting, those will be the only people who will be allowed to vote. So why, your party chairman, they wouldn't allow you in. So the people went there, Agyapong, police, any military stop you when they just wave their hands. Oh, on February 11, 2025, chaos erupted at the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council right after the voting had ended. A gang of unidentified thugs broke into polling center and disrupted the sorting and counting of ballots. So this whole thing. It is happening because last week, 11th of February 2025, last week Monday, a Bromu Vote TV and Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council, Basa you be a course so so this time around they want to ensure strict security measures and at the end of the day the people move voting or move vote will be a room na basa asamba. Yes, also trust was witnesses say that attackers stormed the venue, knocked over tables, destroyed ballot papers and scattered voting papers, forcing electoral commission officials to halt the exercise. Supporters who were unhappy with the results allegedly instigated the violence, demanding a review of the outcome. Although a sizable number of the police personnel were present at the venue, they struggled to contain the situation as tensions flared, prompting temporary suspension of the election proceedings. So basically, no much all these particular things, of course, now it is basically no show me last week Monday elections, of course, vote TV say county and focus says and near mom so move for money results in fake near the adeno by a sale process and because of the amount forecast I didn't yes and now even though not police for no much police for normal numbers so they couldn't contain the event. Now yes, I'm trying to be the violent altercation left several media personnel injured, including Ghana Web's Ashanti regional correspondent Gideon Nana Pepra, sharing his ordeal with LC Atisu Pepra, recounted how about 7 well-built men stormed the venue without provocation and began assaulting the electoral officers. So basically, so I recall the last week events now. In after the elections, they say heavily armed people. But yes, I'm quite saying, as a police, about my security, I are very tight. Men from nowhere just stormed the place. They rushed to the grounds where the electoral officers were sorting and counting. Suddenly, they started scattering everything, including ballot papers, prepared ballot papers, and tally sheets. Then at some point, they even started attacking each other, which left us confused about what was really happening, he narrated. According to him, while trying to leave the chaotic scene, the men approached him, accused him of filming the incident on his phone, and demanded he delete the footage. I was attacked by about 7 or 8 of them. They claimed they saw me taking videos and ordered me to delete them. Before I could react, they seized my phone and overpowered me, he added. So basically, this is exactly what really went on. I'm about to say, based on the recent altercation, of course, na who be here say, this strict guidelines, but 20 and you say, yeah, King Japan, military for any a police fast stop it or no any Professor Dichum, no. It is because of a bad blood in the new patriotic party, but it's because of what really happened last week, Monday, during the elections. Now, aside from all of this, one other question to our air coso very critical. The question of why King Japan is working with Edichum. We know that Baumia Napo ticket, it is still intact, but Ken, he has gained some sort of favorability among people, among supporters. Don't believe that Ken can really win the elections in 2028. Now, if Ken is working with Edichum is one person, I'm for said the same policy near the other. He's a potential flag bearer and he's even a potential future running mate for whoever wins, whether Napo will be dropped or he will be maintained, whatever it is. But Ken is already preparing his path, and from his close relation with Professor Edichum, how both of them were able to build their careers in the US before coming to Ghana. And I'm forecast they smell say Ken might ultimately join the MPP race again for elections. That's flag bearership race, and if he wins, Professor Edichum will be tapped to be the running mate. And as I this is a very developing story. I just say we live to see what really happens. More updates soon.